What's going on, guys? It's Nathan and welcome to the first F1 video of my team career mode. So this is just going to be the episode of me making the livery, the car, the engines, the things. And yeah, that's what this episode will be, and the next episode will be the first race of the season. So I'm doing a voiceover just so you know. And this is me just creating the character, and I'll later go back and change the colours and everything. So, yeah. So now we're onto the name, and I already talked this to Elliot before. My second name is Roberts, so I'm going to call it Roberts Racing. Like, just because I like the alliteration in it, or like it sounds like pretty nice. So that's the name of the team. So this is then the sponsor, and you can pick any one of these that you want. Like, you pick what you want and then on. So like, you have different challenges for them, and if you complete, you get more money. So I currently am looking through them all, seeing which ones I prefer, seeing what the thing is, and seeing how much money you get from the signing bonus. And I think most people that end up playing the game actually go for the same one that I go for. As you can see, I keep looking through 5 points finishers in a season. And yeah, so I keep looking through. And I was debating on whether between Distort or Shark. Because Shark, you can get one lucky race where there's a lot of retirements and you can eventually do it. Distort, you kind of have to be consistent because you have to finish 8th in the Constructors. And this is me looking at the money, and I say the challenge is harder, so you get more for the goal bonus. So, but Sharks is easier, you get less, but you get more signing bonus, and it's a bit less weekly income, but it's still pretty decent. So this is now the power unit that I'm going to be using. So I was debating on whether to go for Renault or Honda. I was not going to go Ferrari or Mercedes, because they're just way too much, and the Ferrari one's probably going to get nerfed because of their car currently. It's not that good. The Mercedes one probably will be buffed. Maybe the contract cost and like Ferrari and Mercedes will change. But I end up going with Honda because it's less money, but still it looks pretty decent. And now we go on to sign a teammate, which I will be driving with. So I then decide to go. I look through them all and I see which ones also cost the least, but like might be the best, because I'm like pretty conservative with the stuff I do. So I was thinking of two options. One of them cost a lot more, but one of them cost more, but had work, but like cost a lot. Yeah. So I ended up went on with Mick Schumacher. My other option was going to be Jack Aiken, but instead I went for Mick. And now we are onto the car livery settings, which I like doing because this is where you make the team your own. So I end up going to create a new livery. I do have the 70 edition, so I do have that that livery. And now we'll just, because it took us a while, I've just cut to when I actually make the car, and that's what the car will look like for the season. I might have like one-off liveries for that first home race and stuff. So then we go on to the team badge situation. And I accidentally picked on that. I didn't mean to, so I go back and I don't want a background, so I turn that off. And then I look through them all, and I actually go down, because I've watched videos on it and I see like there's letters, and I actually see an R, which kind of goes Roberts Racing. So, and then I like change the style to that one, and the colours will change. So as you can see, I got to change the colours to fit with the car design. So as you can see, I'm now just changing the background colours and the team all round colours just to make it a bit nicer and everything. I ended up just choosing black for the last one to match with the halo, and I picked this livery because it's the only one where the halo is a different colour. This is the only one where you can actually change the halo colours. So that's what I did, and I then go to change the character colours because I forgot to do that at the beginning. I go to change the colours and everything, so I edit it, and then I start picking my helmets. And I was debating on whether to just go on with a solid black cut, the blue colour there, and just change a bit of the colours, but then I realised it's only one colour, it doesn't really look that good. But as you can see, I do like mess with it a bit, trying to make it perfect, and I end up going with this one, but I change the colours around to make it look a bit nicer. So obviously matching the team colours of blue and red and everything. So that is going to be my helmet for the races. And then if we go on to the suit, the top three, I figured out that you actually cannot change the colours, because I was going to choose the one that I'm hovering over now, but then realised, oh, you cannot change the colours. So I end up going a different one. I end up going with one of them, but then changing the colours of it. Yeah, I went with this one and then changed the colours to light blue and dark blue, just to match with the colour of the team, obviously. Then the gloves, I go with, I can't remember what pair I go. I think I go with I go with them ones and then change the colour. I think I have two dark blue or two light blue. I don't even know what that colour did, to be honest. I think it's on the inside, so so I go obviously dark blue, then light blue again. Oh no, I got black because of the halo colour, and then I got light blue. Try to make it a bit lighter just to fit in with the team. I shouldn't say, I actually forgot to select it, so I went back and selected it. And then the character pose, I just went with the folded arms because it's just the most simple. And then podium emote, I went with that one. So now let's hit advance and go to the next thing. So this is obviously just the thing that tells you how to do the interviews, which I've done before. As you can see, my logo's in the background.
Okay, we're live in 5, 4, 3.
And I will just let this play out because it's just me answering interview questions. I don't think it's very interesting. So I'll just let this play out until we get past the interview.
One of the most exciting entries in the sport for many years. Now we've seen a number of new teams enter the sport over the last decade, amongst their number Manor, Caterham, HRT and of course Haas. And while some have proved to be successful, others have morphed into different teams and some have disappeared completely. What marks this team out, though, as being something different is that its owner is also its driver. Now, there's a rich history of that in Formula 1 too. Sir Jack Brabham, John Surtees, Graham Hill and Bruce McLaren all drove their own cars in the sport, but it has become increasingly rare in recent years. What's very special about this team, though, is that while the team itself is new to Formula 1, so too is its driver and owner.
Whatever happens this season, you've already made the history books. Tell me, do you feel up to the mammoth task of both managing and driving for a Formula 1 team? Every team needs 2 drivers, but what was it that drew you to your teammates? No one aims to finish bottom of the table. Who's the team you're aiming to beat? How are you expecting the car to feel out on track? The other teams now have years of experience, both on and off the track. How are you planning to catch up to them? Overtaking is a key part of this sport. How have you ensured that your car can take advantage of each opportunity that comes your way? And finally, which of your new departments are you most proud of?
Well, that's about all we've got time for here. We will see how this fledgling team fares in its first Grand Prix.
So now the interview is finished. So we obviously go to a black screen for when you load in.
Great interview, boss. You know exactly.
So now obviously in the HQ where everything is going to be done and changed and...
Where we think there's room for more. And while you're at it, why not take a stroll around HQ and check on how the team's doing? This is where you can view our current facilities and the effects they're having on the business. You can also invest some of our cash.
So Jeff's just telling us like how to do everything. So now this is obviously us in the R&D tree, and as you can see, some of the stuff has already happened because the questions that I did before actually affect what you can get added stuff. So then things that you do at the very beginning actually affect. So I would take a lot of care on what you pick. So yeah, in case you're doing this, like, just like if you're doing it, just be wary that there's questions that you do answer at the beginning actually do affect the team. And as you can see, this is me just going through everything, seeing what it's all like, cause I've seen videos on it, like I've seen Arava and Tim and Marduk and stuff doing it. And obviously I only have 1.6 mil currently. So after the first race, which will be next episode, I will start like upgrading the car. But yeah. So obviously I'm just looking through everything to see. I can actually upgrade a few things on the simulator section, which help with your driving. The marketing, it's 7 million and stuff, and I just don't find that very thingy. I can actually get the durability, but it's actually only build time and quality control. Decrease the failure rate and stuff. So I just didn't bother doing anything because I wasn't sure what to do. You can tell us in the comments what you think I should upgrade if you do end up doing it. So obviously this is me looking through everything, seeing what everything looks like. As you can see, it actually has the calendar of what's happening. That's just the email section, which has been on like a lot of career modes, and they've just transferred it into this. Me looking through the engine weekend tire allocations, and there are all the other sponsors and everything. And this is Mick, who is my teammate. And then this is the drive market. 19.5 million followers. And obviously, you actually can sign. You can sign F2 drivers, so you can actually bring them up with you. But that'll be the end of this video, and Australia is next. And peace.